Hey everybody, it's Lazer giving you all blessings as the Shabbat comes in, about 10 minutes from my house. On the way to the show, and I'm doing some Creedence Clearwater revival tonight with this great band, the 60s. Last night was an awesome show of the Grateful Dead we did with two really good young bands in Israel, and the vibe was so good, and everyone was just speaking about their experiences in the world and how many great people we all know in the world, and about the whole dead community around the world, and all of us realizing that just we have to do whatever we can more that people understand the beauty of the Israeli people and the beauty of the Holy Land, and we're all praying for peace and this, and we're hoping that the Jewish people have to find a way more to get their light out. And at the same time, interesting, a lot of my friends in America, we have to always go back and think about really my friends who are excited about whatever the election results are, or depressed about what the election results are. We have to always remember how fleeting all these things here in the physical world are, and then at the same time balance that with our personal responsibilities of what we can offer to the world. And I was reading the book of John, chapter 1, I think it was the second section there. It was, saying, if you love things of this world, then you really can't love. The expression that's used there is the Father, but we have to always remember in scriptures, for the simple people, things are explained in simple metaphor, but in the deeper books, they're always explaining things in deeper levels. It's just, there's the essence of the world, there's the physical shell of the world, there's the physical body, and then there's the essence of what is really us, what is really living, what is really life. And so we have to remember that if we get too excited about the election, thinking, well, this is somehow going to bring some great fixing to the world, or if you're so depressed that it's going to destroy the world, you have to just regain focus, that you have to keep focusing on what your job is in terms of you overcoming the world and you not getting trapped into the worldly things that are all fleeting, and how to maintain proper balance with, we have a body and we're commanded to take care of that body, and we have family, and there's nothing wrong with country, and there's a healthy way to be nationalistic. Got the Jeeps coming through here. All right. Good thing I pulled my car off to the side. But at the same time, there's a healthy way to be connected to your family and tribe or whatever your religion, and there's an unhealthy way to do it. And we all have to learn how to be yearning for that day when everyone's going to come to that conclusion that we all are one, the essence is one, everything is one, there is no separation, we are what that is. And yet there's a way to do it, and a lot of times it's either people are too much over here on this side saying, just crazy, there's a bad way to be nationalistic and thinking you're the only story in town, you're the only religion in town, you're the only proper ideas in town, and everybody else is bad, and we got to kill everybody else or control everybody else or block everybody else out. That's obviously unhealthy. And then the other side of being unhealthy is just wanting to be total chaos, no rules, and just thinking you can totally abandon everything in society that a lot of people have made some progress in putting in some type of structure that helps people, keep order in the world and help people. And this is a very careful balance. So we have to ask ourselves if whatever side we're on, we think we're on, there are no sides. There is just truth, and there is just our own way, and there is just our own coming to grips with the best I can do for this world is I must seek out my own control of my own ego, my own mind, grasping my own inner peace. And it's a challenge. We get out, we get attached to things in the outer world, we get attached to thinking, holding on to experiences, and we lose touch with our essence. We have to always practice going back, remembering that is the real game. That is where it's all one, and that's the best we can do for the world. Because even if those people say, well, I want to do this good and that good and a lot of good, well, there's a lot of people convincing themselves that are doing good who are, doing terrible terrorist acts, or in the years past cutting people's heads off, or terrible persecution, all in the name of religion or God or whatever nationalistic, communistic movement there was. So if we don't really check our egos and really be sure that we first understand how much we have to fix within ourselves, we have to really be careful when we say we think we want to go out and change the world and fix the world and do good in the world, because there could be a lot of ego involved in it. And a lot of times, you can use the word Satan, but Satan is just really, there is no specific Satan. For simple people, okay, we tell them, okay, there's some external force, but that would make there being a separation of the oneness of all the essence. And all of life is just to realize that it is all, there is no separation. It is all one. We all are it. We all are that. But it could say that there is this force, there is these forces that are created within the one essence. And the deepest evils are many times hidden with these suits of spiritual goodness and religiosity. It could even be spiritual striving, where we're all of a sudden, trying to preach to people, criticizing people. And we all have to be very careful of that. So I bless us all to stay focused on not letting too much of the political scene trap us. And there is a lot of people freaking out about worrying about the whole situation with America allowing Ukraine to use ballistic missiles and all sorts of things, and increased, there is that. But listen, there's been all these waves about it. We had these huge waves a few years back in 2017. People in 18, people were saying, oh, the North Korea is about to launch. Everybody's getting gas masks. I'm not saying it's not something to take seriously, but let's go back. What can you really do to really can control that? What can you personally do? We have to each know that getting our eternal peace, asking ourselves, who are we really, not being afraid to face our mistakes of the past and try to patch up. What about starting with our little inner circle? So many people jump and they want to fix the world peace, fix the Middle East, and they forget that, what about just so many times heartbreaking stories of, just heard of someone I know who their brother passed away and they had a family rift with the business. And how many times the things happen where over foolish things, of things about money and things in this world, we destroy families, we ruin relationships. And the hardest ones to keep are those inner things, those close inner circle of ours, where we have to always be prepared to speak our truth with compassion and yet be forgiving and try everything to keep the peace. I'm working on a new song for my children, where I'm just trying to tell them that if there's any wishes I have for you, just make sure you do everything you can to keep that family peace. And it's not easy. Those are the hardest things. The people you love the most, even if you don't think, those are the people who can harm you and hurt you the most. And so those are the places we have to start. And the person we have to start with is ourselves. So I'm blessing us all. Find time to go out into the nature. When you go out, turn off the news, turn off the phones, turn off the screens. We can smell it. We can remember that everything is exactly how it's supposed to be. There is this moment. And it's the only thing that's real. And I can't let it pass me by with so much worrying. And I have to dance for the world and be broken for the world at the same time. And those things, we have to learn how to have a fusion within ourselves to be dancing and crying at the same time. It's possible to do it. And I bless you all. Just to go deep into the ocean. Don't let the waves affect us too much. I can tell you, it is not something just to be spoken about, and it's not easy. It is difficult. This last year of war in Israel has been such a challenge, and in so many ways. And yet, so we have to keep fighting and keep pulling ourselves out and keep going higher and keep searching deeper. And there's endless levels to it. But on the one level, it's just so simple. It's just to be in the state of being right now, beyond our understanding, and having acceptance and surrender to whatever it is. Whatever's coming our way is exactly what's supposed to be. We can't control what comes our way, but we can control how we react to it. So I'm blessing you all to never give up, and sending you love and light and blessings from the land of Israel, from my heart to your heart.